E4 for the new year. Oh, look, 1784 to 1781. Very evenly matched game. Russian game. That's right. I like to challenge the knight right away this way. See what he does. They're supposed to take. So he chose not to take. Well, I can take. So there's, let's see, there's a potential pin here, so I got to be careful. He could have played F5 or D5 to attack the pinned knight there. So now his queen is pinned. I can take my knight there. I could go here. So d4 will defend the knight, or yeah, he can kick it back here. I'll just retreat to f3. That's a fine square for the knight. I want to get in d4. It's pretty even. It's just I still have that one, say he castles, I castles. I still have that one move advantage from the opening. Don't know if I can do anything with it. His bishop has taken up a good post. Thinking of a4 and bishop a3. Just trade off his dark squared bishop. Okay, what's he got here? Took away that square from my bishop too, yeah. He's playing it well, developing his move pieces with threats. Yeah, I was afraid he'd do that. So now I can't follow through with this plan. I have to do the something else. Because there's a pin here. If he takes, I won't be able to take back with the bishop, which I want to do. So let's just develop. Couldn't do anything fancy, so we'll just develop normally. Yep, my opponent is thinking about his or her moves. Svita 1950. I'm thinking maybe I want to get in c5 here. He wants to double. I'm saying that's not a problem if he wants to double. I'm going to leave the dark squared bishop here as a solid bulwark then. Suppose he could eventually try and displace it with the f-pawn push, but not for a while. And his bishop is trapped, or nearly trapped, so he's got to do something here. I mean, if I pushed c5, it would be trapped. It's got no squares it can go to. Well, welcome to the stream, viewers. This is first stream of the new year. Trying out a new time zone, so we'll see time slot. I probably won't usually stream on Sundays like this, but about this time of evening, this is about when I will be streaming for a while. See how it goes. So he took. Yeah, I'm going to take back with the pawn. Still threatening to trap his bishop. So I hope you all are having a good new year. Yeah, he's going to go for it. I guess his idea is he can put his bishop here because my bishop is effectively pinned. So let's kick his bishop and see what it does. Now, I can take here. I guess I will. That makes the most sense, it seems. So yeah, I'm no longer threatening to trap his bishop. Let's see, if he attacks, I didn't do it. I was going to say, if he attacks my bishop, I could attack his bishop. But anyway, this is the move I had planned here. So defend my rook, so the bishop was no longer really pinned there. Yeah, this retreat of the knight was one of the moves I'd expected because he's threatening to win a pawn there, and he has a sort of pin, but it's not a real pin. So it looks like he wants to trap my bishop. I don't think he can, though. Like, if he goes here, he can win the pawn, but I can retreat here, hitting his knight. But why don't I go ahead and do that now? Get away from any awkwardness there. He is threatening to come here and hit the pawn and the bishop. But I'll take his knight. He takes my bishop, huh? Or if I move my bishop, he moves his knight. Where should I go? Guess I'll just do that. I decided to take there. So I will move my king onto the discovered check there. Oh, he took that bishop. That's interesting. So he didn't want to lose this pawn over here, I guess. Okay, well, let's get my pawn rolling. And he ran out of time. Yeah, he was really thinking hard in this game. I don't know, this is probably even, right? Is 0.7 slightly favorable to black. I was thinking I might have some chances, like if he comes here, I could push here and then I could put my rook here. Maybe that's not enough. It says black is better. Interesting. Here, let's get a new game. Back to e4. Okay, we got a French defense. I will allow the win hour if he chooses to play it. That's with the bishop pin here. That's kind of a fun line. But he just takes. Okay. Let's see. If I go here and he plays queen takes pawn. It's kind of annoying. Do I have to take his knight or move my knight? Guess I have to take it. Okay, let's get my knight out. Let's block that bishop and get castled. So a good setup for me. Ready-made attack here on the king side. Just bishop here, sacrifice there. Yeah, his queen is close to being trapped. Where does it go? Yeah, I think his queen is dead. Another example of a little bit moving too fast. Yeah, there's no squares, right? Bishop, 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 pawn, knight, bishop, bishop. No squares. Pawn. Maybe could have done it even before even before I castled, right? Yeah, it's already trapped. Yeah, this move, bishop a5. This move, bishop d3 rather. When I play bishop d3, it's a threat to win the queen. And he needed to respond right away, and he didn't. He didn't respond. Yeah, I might as well just trade everything off. And he's going to try again. Yeah, let's try again ourselves. Well, anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you're having a happy new year. Good start to the new year for you. Duboman. Well, I crept my way up to 1790. Not entirely deserving of all those wins, actually, but I will take them. Okay, so he's playing d4 and e3. You know, last time I went with an early c5 and got in trouble. So let's just get castled and do something normal for a change. I can still play c5 later. Ah, he's going for a stonewall attack. Interesting. Yeah, you don't see that. It's not so popular these days, but I think it's quite a respectable way to play myself. Yeah, I wanted to get my knight up here, and he's stopping me. I could fianchetto this bishop, and then I could get the knight there again. Yeah, the weakness in the stone wall is there is this hole here. And if you're not careful, it can result in big trouble. I did that too quickly. It wasn't safe to do that yet. So yeah, I just sacrificed a pawn there, and I really have nothing to show for it. He was even hitting my rook here. Well, I want to develop that knight anyway, but I had to do it very quickly, without much preparation. Well, I can say he's got a bad bishop, and maybe I have a slight edge in development since he hasn't pulled that out. So, and I only sacrificed one pawn. Let's go ahead and get the knight out of. That was a bad move too, because he can play here. Yeah, it was tricky with all those pins and things. If I had blocked with the queen, he could have taken here with check, and I couldn't take back. I've had to move the king, and then he could have traded queens, but he's won another piece. So as it stands, I am 2 pawns down. Not much to show for it. And he can just cash out. Yeah, why not? This is even defended here. Want to bring the knight in to attack this center pawn here. Double my rooks. Yeah, it's just 2 pawns down, but maybe if I get a pawn back. And it is a dark squared bishop, so if I keep my pieces off of the dark squares, maybe rooks here and here, knight here. Could go there or there. But if he does that, let's just blockade that. He's got to drop the bishop back now. And then bring my king in. Lifting my king up so my rooks can go back and forth. I'm violating the rule about not putting things on the dark squares, but his bishop seems to be out of play at the moment. Problem is, I need to weaken his pawn structures to have a chance of winning back some material or making inroads against his camp. And when I do that, that will free up his bishop, and his bishop in the long run will become a good piece. So he shouldn't really win, but we can try. I mean, I shouldn't really win. He should do fine. Now I'm threatening to win this pawn, but is it really safe to take? I'm not sure. Right, if he lifts up his rook, I take the pawn. He comes over here with check. And what am I going to do, huh? Well, now the no, it's not. It's not. It's still adequately defended. Right here, though, would release that pawn. He would push it forward. Pawn up, he takes, I take. Well, better than nothing. Because I get some checks in here. Get my pieces in, supported by the knight. Maybe the rook's coming in with the knight will be a threat. Yeah, so he's threatening something too. Okay, he wants to do that. Go here, he takes, I take. I'm threatening a big fork. He can defend it, but maybe I can use that time to maneuver. Didn't want to trade out here. And my king is maybe coming back there. See, so if he pushes the pawn, then I can do the big check. settle for a draw. He doesn't want the draw. That's too bad. Correct decision, though, I have to admit. I must admit that is correct. Yeah, maybe I get the pawn back. Or I went on time. Yeah, he could have taken the draw. You gotta have a clear plan to win if you don't take the draw. Hey, happy 2026 to you too, Paul. And thanks again for all your subs over the years. That's been very helpful. I mean, appreciated. I can't say helpful, but you know, it's nice. Makes you feel like it's you know, you're wanted, whatever. Yeah, white is better here. And was better all along. Okay, so there was never really a drawing chance. It's just that he has to move quick enough. So if he just drops back. Oh, yeah, that's the obvious move. Just defend the pawn. Then I don't really have anything. Okay, let's get another game.